Welcome to the Rocket Right Show, starring Hurricane Betsy Barnes and Dr. K. Solar. Two busy blondes with their fingers on the pulse of all things Louisiana. Events, health, leisure, entertainment, and more. It's the Rocket Right Show. And now, here's Betsy and Kay.
And welcome to another good time with Rockin' It Right in Louisiana. We've been through a little bit of a hard time, but our heads are up, our shoulders are back, and we are ready to have a wonderful little bit of good time together while our friends and neighbors are cleaning up after the evil witch, Hurricane Laura. So we have really wanted to share with you some uplifting music, some of our friends in the music and entertainment industry, and we're thankful that we could have them here with us. We have Phillip Chandler and Will Wesley, but that's not all. That's not all. We also have Chef Chris Motto from Mansur's on the Boulevard as a guest of our sponsor, Stuart Salassi with Salassi Jewelry and Fine Gifts, and then we are officially kicking off the LSU football season with none other than Gordy Rush. So hang tight. We're going to have some Gordy Rush. We're going to have a little bit of good food talk. We're going to talk about some beautiful jewelry. That's right. And we have invited our friends Will Wesley and Phil Chandler to come and share some of the things that they're doing. But we thought instead of the end of the show where we usually have our entertainment segment to end it right, we just felt we needed to rock it right early in the beginning and give a little uplift and encouragement to people that are maybe digging out or tearing down or trying to get their life turned back on in Southwest Louisiana.
That's right. Boys, you think you can lift us up today?
I think we can. We're going to do our brand new single, A New Kind of Blues, written about this very subject.
All right.
My goodness,
awesome.
You want to just start out with the music and then we'll talk?
Let's talk later. Let's play a little tune.
Yeah, I
let's
like
do
that.
Let's talk more.
That's right. Let me move over. Give the boys a little room.
1, 2, 3. Well, everywhere I go, there's a brand new trend. People living like the world's gonna end. There's time to waste, and they're stuck in one place, leaving scars on the whole human race. You can't change it, it's something new. The whole world's down with a new kind of blues. Well, down in the Delta, where the blues was born, nobody's going out anymore. Their doors are locked and you can't get in. It makes you wonder when it's all gonna end. You can't change it, it's something new, 'cause the whole world's down with a new kind of blues. Phil Chandler. Don't wanna spend the rest of my years burn out and ragged till I disappear. You can call me crazy, you can call me insane. It's the same old blues with a new kind of name. You can't change it, it's something new. It's going around and there ain't nothing you can do. You can't change it, it's something new. And the whole world's down with a new kind of blues.
Thank you.
A new
I
kind
want
of
to
blues.
know now. I know you were working on music during this COVID time. Is that something that you wrote? I know it's a brand new single that came out. Did that come out during this downtime?
It very well did. You know, it's the funniest story about this song. I was on the phone with Kern Pratt, a blues man out of Greenville, Mississippi, that we did a duet with on this song.
Right.
And he was, venting his frustrations about how he felt. We're all out of work. We're trying to stay afloat in these times. And he said, we need to write a song about what's going on, not just for ourselves, but to try to talk to the people and encourage them about what's been going on and let them know that everybody's going through this. We're not alone in this.
That's right.
And that's kind of the spirit of blues music.
Yeah.
Right?
People misconceive
from
that,
history, huh?
Yeah, they say that the blues is something that brings you down, but no, the blues is something that brings you up.
Brings you together.
It brings you
But it's
together,
about
that's
things
right.
that are going on.
That's right.
It's about things that are going on that people write about during those times and their experiences. And did y'all play together in Faraday at
We
that
did.
show? Okay.
Yeah, we had a sold-out show. It was a social distancing show, but we
Right.
had a capacity crowd, and we had Johnny Riley on the show out of Texas. We headlined the show, and we had Kern Pratt as well. So it was a stellar night. It was a fantastic time down in Faraday, Louisiana.
Well, I know you've had a lot of music that you've been doing during this time as far as the writing and producing.
I want to come hang out at y'all's house.
Come on,
I want
right
to know
now.
when y'all get together and
I know.
jam, because that was so good.
Thank you so
But
much.
let's talk about the video real quick, because we
video,
want to
yeah.
send people, because you've got some amazing music videos out there. Talk about that a little bit.
When we first started working on the new album, Both Sides of the Tracks, I had this creative idea that I wanted a trilogy of videos that would follow each other, that would explain the explanation between each song. So we started the trilogy, and we finished Let It All Burn, which was the first song in the trilogy, and we've already completed the second single, Leah, which followed it up, and we're soon going to be on the third, and we're happy to announce that that's going to be getting released nationally and internationally.
That is great. Every time you come, y'all have an announcement.
We do.
We love that you bring that to us.
We're full of
we
good
love
news.
That. Look, full of good
Well, we
news.
save it for y'all. We don't
Y'all
tell
full
nobody.
of good news. That's what we want to hear. Everybody needs some good news.
Well, and I know a lot of time this time of the year you are traveling and touring internationally.
We are.
And I know that that's been shut down, but is there plans for 2021?
Big plans.
Big plans.
As a matter of fact,
You heard it here first.
You hear it here first. June 4th, we're supposed to be going to France. So we're supposed to be going there on the strength of the song you just heard, the new single. And we're going to be there with Kern Pratt and the boys.
June 4th.
June 4th.
Of 2021.
Everything
You know
goes
what?
smoothly.
I mean, I think we can get good tickets right now. We'd be able to get cheap airline tickets, if y'all need
That's
those
true.
groupies.
You kidding? We were going to make y'all costume mistress.
Oh,
we're gonna bring y'all
okay.
right
Make
up.
us a costume. We're there, right?
Seamstress for the band.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Well, y'all, we don't have a whole lot of time left, but what else should folks know that's going on, and where can they make sure that they follow you
Yeah.
and find out all the latest and hear more music?
You can follow us on our Facebook page at Will Wesley Music. You can pick up the new single, A New Kind of Blues, on any available online digital music store.
You got to do that. You gotta
Spotify,
do that.
iTunes, Amazon, it's all there. You can also request it from any of your favorite blues DJs on the radio.
Blues
It's probably there.
DJs.
That's right.
That's great. And that's one of the great things that you can do, because musicians, they're not touring, they're not being able to have their normal streams of income. So putting out music, one of the best things you can do is to download that and listen
there's
to
so
it
many
over and over
musicians-
and over again, right?
So
And
help
even
us out.
and even stream it, get that 0.01 cent going on
That's
there.
right. That's right.
Now, any live stream shows coming up that people could tune into?
We do. We're supposed to be heading down to the Jackson, Mississippi area to do a live stream with Kern Pratt next week to kind of feature the song in that area and everything. We've been pretty busy, fellas. So we got live streams coming up. We got shows coming up when all this ends, and hopefully an international tour in the works. So we're very excited about
Even
it.
with everything shut down, you got to stay positive and keep moving forward.
That's right.
Absolutely. Planning.
That's right.
Planning is the key to staying successful, because if you just sit
You
down
can't
and
wait.
go, well, the world stopped,
That's
Yeah.
right.
But
it's
you know
going to
what?
start up without you, and you're not going to let that happen.
That's one
There's
thing.
Exactly not.
Because y'all are going to have plans of rocking for
There's
sure.
a lot of musicians who in Southwest Louisiana have now been damaged by Hurricane Laura.
Yes.
And so we know that your thoughts and prayers like ours go out to them. But we have got to share music with our Louisiana musicians and continue to do that. And it's just so important that we keep the Louisiana flavor of music alive. And Phil and Will, y'all do that.
You know, we've got friends and family in the Lake Charles area. It was very, very hard to see what hit with the hurricane and everything. So our hearts go out to them, and if there's anything we can do, you just let us know. We're there for you.
Well, I think people need to download your music, so while they're helping others, volunteering and cleaning up, that's what we got to do. We got to be rocking while we're doing our cleanup.
Absolutely.
That's right, and you've been through this with the flood of 2016, so we all know because we've been through it. Even if we're not there today, we will be again.
The soul.
That's right.
And
I firmly believe it, ladies.
Gotta just constantly have that music cranking, and we're gonna say, y'all, follow these guys on their social media and listen to the music. You will be up to date and know right after we do when and where they're going to be playing. So
that's right.
Will Wesley Music. Thanks, Will Wesley Phillip Chandler.
Thank
I'd
you.
say
Thank
take
you,
a bow,
guys.
but you're sitting down.
That's right. We'll be right back with good taste and having good taste with Chef Motto and Stuart Salassi.
Hey y'all, I'm Amanda Shaw. We all know Louisiana is as fun as all get out. So get out, take a road trip, and explore our state. Fill her up, then try a new restaurant that's as fun-loving as it is food-loving. Grab the family and take off for monumental adventures at our 21 state parks, or take a magical minivan tour along our 19 scenic trails and byways. Louisiana's a trip. Take one today.
This is Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser. Plan your road trip at LouisianaStaycation.com. Hi, I'm Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser. I've had my fair share of experiences with disasters, and I know Louisiana's helping one another is as much a part of our culture as gumbo and Mardi Gras. When it comes to disasters, you can help your community most by getting trained as a volunteer to help with the disaster recovery. For more information about this, visit the websites below and be prepared.
Since the early 1800s, the Salassi family has played a significant role in the retail industry in Louisiana. Stuart Salassi has achieved the Certified Diamond Graduate designation from the prestigious Gemological Institute of America. What that means to you, whether it's appraisals, design, build, repair, or diamond sales, you have an expert you can count on. At Salassi's, you make all the right choices. Salassi Jewelry and Fine Gifts, in the heart of the Denham Springs Antique District. Find them on Facebook.
Clarence Bugg Show. Yeah, I'm back on the air. That's right, 10 a.m. until 12 noon, Monday and Wednesday, and we replay it Monday and Wednesday nights, 10 p.m. to midnight. Check us out online. You can watch it live at PelicanSportsTV.com, or better yet, why don't you just download the Pelican Broadcasting app? That way you can take it with you anywhere you go. That's right, the Clarence Bugg Show. Tell you what, oh, wait, gotta run, gotta go, bye.
Bolello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Whirlpool savings. Shop now and save on Whirlpool appliances throughout the store. Plus, experience our price match guarantee and ask about special financing. You can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day. Bolello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent with nationwide buying power.
And welcome back to Rock It Right. We're so glad that you could join us. You may be right now cleaning up after Hurricane Laura. We just want to lift you up and tell you that we're loving you, we're praying for you, our thoughts are with you, and we want to share a few things and a few friends that we hope will entertain you for a little while. If you're not in that area, we do hope that you will support Volunteer Louisiana and help those in the areas that need it most. But we want to make sure that you know that our sponsor for this segment is Salassi's Jewelry and Fine Gifts. And tonight we have none other than Stuart Salassi, GIA Diamond Graduate Certified with Salassi Jewelry and Fine Gifts, who brought one of his very tasteful friends with him, Chef Chris Motto from Mansur's on the Boulevard. Always have a good meal there. Always do.
The best in the West.
The best in the West, that's right. But we also really want to thank Stuart for his sponsorship, because he has brought this beautiful purple and gold selection with topaz and amethyst and 18 karat gold and handcrafted jewelry that is so beautiful. And if you go to Salassi's Jewelry and Fine Gifts, either online, on the phone, in the store in the Antique District of downtown Denham Springs, all you have to do is say, I heard it on Rock It Right with Betsy and Kay, and they have a very generous offer for you. So we want to make sure that you check them out, and we're going to share some information about some of these pieces on Rock It Right Radio Facebook. So it's important that we share the goodness, because here comes the LSU season.
And we need purple and gold, and also my birthstone is amethyst. I'm just saying. And I think those topaz earrings over there would go really good with this.
I think they would.
I think so too.
I'm just saying. I'm spying, and I'm going to make sure that I get my discount. I guess I can discount myself, right? Because I heard it here. I heard it from her.
That's right.
Yeah, I heard it from her. I heard it from Betsy on the Rock It Right show.
Absolutely.
And because those are some fine jewels.
Thank you very much.
So tonight, your guest has things that taste good, and you have good taste. So we really appreciate
and
y'all
I have
being
good
here.
taste for both jewelry and food.
That's
Just
right.
saying.
You can wear your new earrings to dinner.
That's
I know.
How about that?
I need a reason to dress up, wear the new jewelry, and come try one of your new specials.
Absolutely, every day.
That's
Absolutely.
right. So if you have not been to Mansur's on the Boulevard, or you haven't been in a while because of COVID, you need to go. I've actually hosted a graduation dinner there. I love your char grilled. I love it. I've never had a bad meal at Mansur's, and it's on Corporate Boulevard, kind of in between College Drive and before you get to Jefferson. But they need to come check you out, because some people may not realize you've been in Hell's Kitchen.
I have.
That's right. So tell us a little bit about that experience when you were with Gordon Ramsay on Hell's Kitchen, because we love his shows.
It was intense, kind of surreal altogether, you know. You never really know the next thing that was going to happen, and they kept you uncomfortable the entire time. So,
Well, tell me, how did that
day.
experience start? How did you get on the show, and then how long were you there? And just tell us about the whole thing.
Well, I never applied, or I never really watched it before going over there.
Because you were cooking.
So,
you were chefing.
Right.
So-
I actually got a phone call, returned the phone call, which led to a Skype interview, and then met some producers and got back to work and kind of forgot about it until I got a call back saying I was going to be there.
There was
That
a bunch
is
of
cool.
people they interviewed, though, weren't there?
Oh, yeah,
a ton of
there's
people.
lots of people that apply for
Yeah,
that. And I just saw it as an opportunity I couldn't pass up to go work for one of the best chefs in the world, learn as much as I could, and engage my my abilities against them.
And you're self-taught from Laurelville.
Yeah.
Okay.
Laurelville.
So you know what? We just know how to cook. When we're born here, they don't let us out of the state line unless we can cook, because we'd be an embarrassment to the rest of us.
I wasn't born here, so I'm saying my skills aren't that good, and I need to eat at Mansur's a lot. I'm just saying. Or get takeout.
Your favorite thing to make is reservations.
That is it. How did you know, Betsy?
I know you.
Or I can come to you. We do cater.
Oh.
Yeah,
You can have your event wherever you want it.
I like that.
Big, small.
Yeah.
I like them all.
So on Hell's Kitchen, you're one of the surprise, people that they had compete, surprise chefs, because you opted out.
Yeah, he was gonna be the winner.
You were going to be the winner,
He
clearly.
gonna
There was
be-
no doubt.
There's no question about it. Everybody knew.
the whole thing was slated for him. It was a shoe-in for him to win.
Yeah.
He knew that. That's why he came up, I believe, and said, "Look."
I feel like I'm still a winner though, just from my
no question about it. And we're so happy that you didn't go to Las Vegas and that we have you here in Louisiana.
That's right.
Right. Different kind of hot.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I don't know about working for Chef Ramsay either. I don't know about how far
brutal.
He's an excellent guy.
Right. He's
Is he?
Big teddy bear.
Yeah. He puts on a good show.
Pretty serious. Don't waste his time too much.
Yeah.
It was a
True
busy
that.
man.
Doesn't have a whole lot of patience, I'm sure.
But you gave up that opportunity because you wanted to elevate the culinary arts here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and for Louisiana. We appreciate that.
Well, if everyone that's successful at something just leaves, then how does it get better here?
Right.
You know? So I didn't want to leave the things that I had been building and working on. I wanted to, so excited about the things I learned, the new techniques and stuff like that. And I almost kind of fired my passion up for cooking again altogether. So I wanted to come back and share that.
Yeah. Awesome.
And this is my home. This is where my family is.
Yeah.
Ours too.
It's a hard, it's a hard
That's
place
great.
to leave. You know?
So tell me, what is one of your favorite items on the menu that you prepare?
Favorite item?
Yeah, and discuss it in terms so that we can all taste it, and our viewers out there can practically taste it from the description.
Well, the char-grilled oysters for one. I mean, I can never get
Always
enough of
great,
those.
yeah.
But I'm also kind of partial to the boudin arancini. Being from Loreville, sorry, I feel like boudin's not that great on this side of the Atchafalaya, so I wanted to bring that back. So I do a little crackling crusted boudin arancini with the horseradish cream, merleton slaw, little Tabasco honey to kind of bring it all together. And
after that Tabasco, I need a sip of water. I'm just saying. Cracklings, Tabasco.
Yeah, it's like South
I
Louisiana rolled up and deep fried, you know?
Well, when Stuart first said that he wanted to invite you on the show, I just thought that was such a cool idea because you're both really promoting what makes Louisiana great. Not only the people, but the food and the business owners, the independent small business owners that end up reinvesting in our culture and in our state.
We're here to celebrate life in Louisiana.
Absolutely.
You know, that's what sets this place apart from other states.
Yeah.
And
that's right.
It's been a tough year, but you can't change that.
Yeah.
No,
So
right.
live every day and make it better, you know?
Absolutely.
That's right.
And that's the kind of attitude that I think a lot of people have. And if they don't, that's the one that kind of keeps you going and propels you. And
Absolutely.
you know, that's what you got to have.
You got to kick the can down the road in a situation like we have right now. You got to think outside of the box. And people like this man right here, just talking to him, he's a noble guy, and he deserves to be on here. I'm just proud to have him in the state and can't wait to see what he does moving forward. He's an incredible chef, and if you hadn't tasted any of his food, you need to give that a shot. I'll promise you it's well worth it. Yeah.
Well, you know, Stuart, you went through the 2016 flood, and you have the jewelry store, and you're an arborist, and you're a real estate broker, and contractor.
Certified diamond.
Yeah, certified GIA, certified graduate. Stuart just loves to learn and then loves to share that with other people, but you pivoted your business in a very interesting way in 2016. So you went from selling diamonds and jewelry to suddenly floor equipment to dry things out and to scrape up linoleum and everything, whatever it took.
It was a life changer. We did what we had to do in order to make things move forward, and you know, it was some bad times, but in the end, we were blessed for what happened. I would never have that big building over there on that corner.
Yeah, so Stuart reinvested in downtown Denham Springs.
Silver linings
several.
sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I love what you've done with the store.
Thank you.
You know, it's beautiful and it's historic, but yet it's contemporary in a way, where it's just, you know, beautiful. But some of the woodwork and the things you did, and
the beams.
And you're in the Main Street, Main Street community in the state.
Yes. Well, we tried to kind of molded after something that you would see in the French Quarter, the beautiful architecture they have out that way. So it worked out really nice.
It really
Proud
did.
of it. Yeah.
And then you've been able to help other small businesses grow and have a space.
That's right. Yeah, we have 4 buildings over there, and like to get a couple of more if we could. Yeah.
So out of tragedy sometimes comes inspiration.
That's right. Absolutely.
But the pain
very
that a lot of
blessed.
people have gone through. And what would you say to people in small business that right now are just thinking, I don't know if I can do it?
You got to kick the can down the road. You got to get up. You got to figure out something to do. A lot of people say advertising in these times, I can't afford to advertise. Well, the way I look at it is you can't afford not to. So, and that doesn't necessarily mean a TV show or a radio show or a commercial. It can be anything. You can take a business card and hand it to somebody, and that's advertising, right?
That's right. Networking.
So, that's right. And
adapting to your client's needs as well.
That's right. That's right.
Adapting to your client's needs.
Needs change on a daily basis.
You gotta listen to those people.
And word of mouth, things happening, and also your mouth think of Mansurs, and you can't even ever say that you have eaten everything on the menu because he has a new special every day.
That's right.
That's right. Thank you, Stuart Salassi, Salassi Jewelries and Fine
Pleasure.
Gifts, and Chef Chris Motto. Go see these guys. They've got something to share. We'll be right back.
Thank you, Betsy.
Since the early 1800s, the Salassi family has played a significant role in the retail industry in Louisiana. Stuart Salassi has achieved the Certified Diamond Graduate designation from the prestigious Gemological Institute of America. What that means to you, whether it's appraisals, design, build, repair, or diamond sales, you have an expert you can count on. At Salassi's, you make all the right choices. Salassi Jewelry and Fine Gifts, in the heart of the Denham Springs Antique District. Find them on Facebook.
I was diagnosed October 19th. I immediately started with a multitude of scans, and then I was having an 8-hour surgery. My biggest concern was my family and being able to see me come home every day and know everything is going to be okay. I felt comfortable that I was being treated by some of the best. There were some scary points along the way, but it's just kind of like been a little blip in the road.
Money, wellness, fun. Rocket Right Radio takes you all across Louisiana and the nation with guests who live life to the fullest.
I'm Hurricane Betsy Barnes.
I'm Dr. Kay Solar.
You're gonna love it.
Join us every week when we cover
Everything under the sun.
Live and learn with the Wright sisters.
Politics,
health,
music and entertainment.
local agnet.
Rocket Right Radio. You're gonna love it.
Hello guys, it's Debbie. It's time. I've got a brand new location. 10510 Airline Highway, Baton Rouge, next to After 5 Tuxedos. We have the perfect spot to get all your wedding and formal wear needs. Come see our one-of-a-kind name brand and get great prices. With 30 years experience, the best customer service anywhere. It's Debbie's Bridal, Airline Highway, Baton Rouge. See you soon.
Hey y'all, I'm Amanda Shaw. We all know Louisiana is as fun as all get out. So get out, take a road trip, and explore our state. Fill her up, then try a new restaurant that's as fun-loving as it is food-loving. Grab the family and take off for monumental adventures at our 21 state parks. Or take a magical minivan tour along our 19 scenic trails and byways. Louisiana's a trip. Take one today.
This is Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser. Plan your road trip at LouisianaStaycation.com.
And welcome back to the Rocket Right Show. I'm Dr. Kay Solar here with Hurricane Betsy Barnes, and we're going to be talking with Gordy Rush, but we really appreciate Mary Bird Perkins, Our Lady of the Lake Cancer Center, for sponsoring our medical segment each week. But it is football time, and we're going to be talking lots about that.
That's right. And we are officially kicking off the LSU football season with Gordy Rush, because there is nobody that knows more about LSU football than Gordy Rush. From when he played in the 1990s to sideline reporter to now over Louisiana Radio Network. We're going to get broad, and then we're going to get down into the nitty gritty.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
And I know very few people that would be able to do that, except maybe Coach O. But we probably can't get him on the show. But if you would get him on the show, we would love that. We love Coach O. Did I hear anybody else say they love Coach O? Because I love Coach O so much. I do. I love his heart.
And
I love his
that's why
soul.
you have love
That's
on
right.
your shirt.
Love Tigers on my shirt.
Tigers.
That's right.
You wrote that.
That's right.
Yeah.
So when it's LSU football season, you know, oh Lordy, get Gordy, because it's time to bring out the purple and gold. So I went to my first in a long time Bengal Bells luncheon. Okay. Gordy is the host with the most for the Bengals Bells luncheon, which we haven't been able to have them during COVID time, of course. But Kay took me, and I had not been for some years. And oh my goodness, you've never seen so much purple and gold in animal print in your life. It was like 1,000 women screaming, loving everything from the LSU band to the cheerleaders to the Golden Girls to the players. And I really think that what you do is so unique, is a way to train the players how to deal with interviews and to deal with a crowd, and just the way you nurture them through those conversations to share something a little embarrassing, like singing a song from their favorite movie that made them cry. I've seen you do all kinds of crazy things with them, but you have been such a great mentor for those young men who really are at the beginning of a huge opportunity. And so tell us a little bit about who mentored you coming through to get you ready. And we're mutual friends with Eddie Martini from way back in the day. So Eddie and I were in college together. Yeah, and you talk about a salesman. And so, but he brought you into broadcasting, and this has been your career for 25 years, and you're phenomenal at it. And then you gave us the opportunity to have our show too, almost 6 years ago. So who kind of got you mentored where you felt so comfortable in front of a camera like these young men will if they get into the NFL?
Wow, so many places I could start. Let's start with Eddie Martini, who was from Rummel High School, and he gave me, when I was in graduate school, he gave me my first job over with George Jenny and Jenny Broadcasting. And the thing about Eddie, who is a tremendous radio guy and runs iHeart Houston, was that basically people buy relationships. People buy from who, who they like. Who they like, whether it's a car, whether it's Stuart Salassi and the relationship with jewelry. You know, Bert Carson, I've always been fans of the Pelican with Bert and Allen. And you do business with people you have relationships with. And so, you know, he taught that. And I think going back to playing at LSU, my group, you know, playing with Ruffin Rodrigue and Jamie Bice and Joe Albergamo and Tommy Hodson, for me, it was, I think we got that it was always about opening up doors. And you look at the relationships from that team, and then when we played, we went out and interacted with T.J. Moran, Tom Keba, and I could go through the names. And so I think you got it, that it opened up doors, and that's why I've stayed in Baton Rouge after college, because this is my home, it's my community, and I enjoy doing business with that. And so going, you know, your angle from the players, you know, I think them understanding that there's this huge network of former LSU players and LSU alumni that want to keep you in the state of Louisiana and want you to raise a family and want you to work there. And I think that's certainly one of my goals. And I think the second goal is that I was in that locker room, and the last thing I want to do is come out to a luncheon and get asked questions from the media. I just want to come out and be a human being and have fun. And because that's what locker room life is. And so I'll usually go to that Thursday practice after Bengal Bells, and they're all laughing and they have a good time, so they enjoy it.
Well, I just think it's great how you ask them questions where they're laughing and joking, and sometimes they tease the coaches. Like you'll say, you know, give me an imitation of Coach O, or give me an imitation of the offensive coach, and, you know, different things like that. And they get to laugh together, but they get huge applause from that audience of women that are supporting the whole scholarship program for them to get academic counseling to help them in school to be successful.
Well,
and I think that's wonderful.
I think what it does too, it lets everybody seize an insight into their personalities,
Sure.
and not just their performance on the field. And they have great personalities from what I've seen.
They do, and I think that, you know, what's really unique about the Bells is that it's 1,000 women, who's who in Baton Rouge.
It is.
And, you know, I think unfortunately with stereotypes, they're, well, just the men like football. That's not true. And what I found out very quickly with the Bengal Bells is, don't give me the fluff. We want to talk football. We want to know X's and O's. Don't get so it's like I wound up picking up 1,000 new friends, and I enjoy the relationship that I've had with the Bells. And you mentioned it, over $1 million they've given back to the LSU Academic Center for
Aren't
Athletes.
They close
It's
to
a
like
tremendous
$2 million now?
Probably
I mean,
so.
it's huge.
Probably so. I mean, it's been incredible what Amy Simone and that group has done. So I've enjoyed that.
And it's quite the fashion show too.
Yes.
And the bar opens
sure.
at 10 a.m. So it's these women
And
are coming
shopping.
Out of a good time.
I mean,
it's
it's
shopping.
And
There's
shopping.
a huge
20
shopping
booths.
area.
Isn't
Right?
everything great together in one place?
It is. And I loved it. And you don't even realize, next thing you know, you're standing up yelling, screaming, go Tigers. And it's on a Thursday at lunch. And so it's just kind of a way to get you fired up for the weekend. And those are the things that I miss in this COVID environment. I'm ready to get back to some of that.
And I'll tell you, my other connection to the Bells, when I started this, would have been 2007. And this all happened in the fall. My father died in 2007, and it was a Sunday, and I had a Bells Thursday, and it was the day after his funeral. I remember coming to do that. My first son was born 10 days later in October.
Wow.
My second, 3 years later, my second son was born in October, and 2 years after that, my daughter was born in September. And so all of this happened around Bengal Bells lunches, and I've always remembered, I remember leaving Women's Hospital and maybe a day after my daughter was born to go do Bengal Bells.
Wow. And then have
so,
a game that you're on the sideline for that weekend.
And so you have all of that. And then, to boot, after my dad passed, I moved my mom to Baton Rouge. And so for me, what's fulfilling is that, one, my mom gets to go to all these lunches, which is
Yes.
great. And the Bells have been so great in welcoming her from New Orleans here. And then my sister, who's a cancer survivor, that's a big, they always have one luncheon on that. And so she comes to that. So the Bells have been great, and it's kind of brought us together as a family.
Well, and also a lot of people support you and love you, and you've got extra prayers, and then your sister's not somewhere that your family's not. You need to
Correct.
be together.
Correct.
It's so important. It really is.
It's a wonderful event. It's a wonderful organization. One of LSU's best support groups.
Yes. So in business, when you started, the doors opened, the networking,
Right.
and you are very much a person that supports Baton Rouge and Louisiana businesses, not only that support LSU,
Right.
but support our community and our solidarity as a state. And so, in addition to now doing some sales on air, having a show called Driven about leadership, which I find to be a very good show.
Thank you.
I enjoy it. And but you're over the Louisiana Radio Network, as well as ESPN 104.5 in New Orleans and Alexandria. You're also over Tiger Country 100.7, Eagle 98 when they're not broadcasting the LSU games, and Talk 107.3 FM. So your area really grew, and then you have all this ability to connect people with what they need and who they need. You can tell all three of us are such introverts.
Yes. Not quite. Not quite. My wife is an introvert, but look, I think for me, and thank you for the kind words. I think that. So what we're trying to, trying to do at Guaranty Media in a nutshell is we're a multi-platform,
Right.
Local company, and with radio, with TV, with GatorWorks Digital Media, and we just acquired J. Ducote, right? And so restaurant and cooking, and it's about local. And I think local influencers, and that's kind of been what we're trying to do and super service the local community.
Well, I tell you what I'd like to talk to you about in the next segment, if you can hang with us, is, we have so many businesses that are hurting, and you've seen people come through different tragedies, you've seen people come through Katrina, the flood, different things like that. We need to help our business owners,
Right.
small and large, because when a flood happens, we're all baptized together. And so sometimes the haves and the have-nots switch places.
No question.
And so we want to talk about what we can do, and Guaranty has done a great job connecting businesses and has over 25,000 just on Eagle
Right.
connecting through business. So we want Gordy to stay with us, and we're thankful that Mary Bird Perkins, Our Lady of the Lake Cancer Center, has sponsored this segment. And we're going to be right back. If you could hang with us and share a little bit more about LSU.
Yeah, we're going to get the inside scoop in the next segment. I'm not sure what all that is, but we've got questions.
We have
Inquiring
questions.
minds want to know. Gordy Rush.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser. I've had my fair share of experiences with disasters, and I know Louisiana's helping one another is as much a part of our culture as gumbo and Mardi Gras. When it comes to disasters, you can help your community most by getting trained as a volunteer to help with the disaster recovery. For more information about this, visit the websites below and be prepared.
Since the early 1800s, the Salassi family has played a significant role in the retail industry in Louisiana. Stuart Salassi has achieved the Certified Diamond Graduate designation from the prestigious Gemological Institute of America. What that means to you, whether it's appraisals, design, build, repair, or diamond sales, you have an expert you can count on. At Salassi's, you make all the right choices. Salassi Jewelry and Fine Gifts in the heart of the Denham Springs Antique District. Find them on Facebook.
Exiles from what you ask? Exiled from the radio. But now, we're on your television.
I'm Bill Profita, he's Kevin Gallagher, and they kicked us to the curb.
But we're back.
We are back with Exiles Television on the Pelican Broadcasting Network. We're going to bring you the newsmakers. We're also going to take your calls and give you great information. It's going to be the best damn radio show on television.
Look for it on your cable system or download the app, PelicanSportsTV.com.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
I had a meeting with Dr. Barfield, and it kind of just hit me. It probably is cancer. After the surgery, I wasn't scared anymore. I was looking forward to getting started with chemo. Not one time did I get a nurse in a bad mood. I was here for 5 hours at a time, and I did not dread coming. To get people from around the country to come to Baton Rouge, and that says a lot right there, that this place is cutting edge.
And you're back with Rocket Right. We are so glad that you could be here. We really do appreciate our sponsor, Advantage Health Solutions, Dr. Boyd Michael Helm. If you or someone you know is struggling with opioid or heroin addiction, you need to contact Dr. Boyd Michael Helm. You know, in this time of so many difficulties with hurricanes, with loss of job through COVID, this is a time where people are very deeply depressed. They have a lot of anxiety. They're not sure what the future holds, and they need help. Everyone needs help now and then. So I encourage you to go to the Facebook page of Advantage Health Solutions or call 225-769-6595. Advantage Health Solutions, Dr. Boyd Michael Helm, who has made this segment possible. And so we are here talking with Gordy Rush, who is the Vice President of Guaranty Media and also the LSU Radio Network. And I know that what you're interested in most of all is, are we going to have a football season? Are we going to be able to go to the game? Are we going to be able to tailgate? And
What's
we
it gonna look like?
we know that Gordy has the inside scoop. So
Right.
Gordy, spill it.
I have no inside scoop. My gut is that they are going to play football.
Yes.
I think there will be some fans in the stands. I think LSU probably wants more than our governor wants in there. So we're going to be closer to the governor or LSU. A rule of thumb is in this league, in the SEC, about 25% of the fans, or the stadium will be available for fans. And what that looks like, I don't know, in Tiger Stadium. And I think it's just going to be an interesting role, and there's going to be so many bumps and highs and lows through this things, and we'll see if they get through it. But I think the SEC is going to try and play, and they are going to try and play, but I think they're going to do everything possible to play a full season.
So I've been curious that if the season is called off for some COVID thing on a national level or
Yeah.
SEC, does that mean we're still national champions for another year? Because if the title is not challenged, do we get to remain the national champions?
Technically, you do, but I guess so. But since
That
there
would be
wasn't
the
a season
only
being
good
played,
thing. That would be the only good thing that came out of it.
racing this year.
Central Florida 3 years ago went undefeated and didn't win the national championship and told everybody they were. So in this day and age, if you can claim it, you can do your own ring. So I think LSU is still national champions if no one else wins this year.
Yeah. We don't want to see the season not happen
Right.
because it is a $200 million, $250 million enterprise. I mean, that sustains the Baton Rouge economy. Certainly tourism is a huge thing. But, if you think about it, through this hurricane and through COVID, we've lost our 4 top industries at 100% productivity, and that's oil, natural gas, because it's been shut down, 70%, 50% in some refineries right now because of this Hurricane Laura. That evil, evil witch, Laura. I could say other things, but I won't. And then you have agriculture, which has been hurt. Nobody knows, or a lot of people don't know, we're a $2.5 billion chicken industry here. Poultry is our #1 agricultural product. And so there's no electricity and no feed going to, they're working that out, the ag department is. And then tourism. Top 4 industries just slammed.
Yeah.
So what do you call it when you're running to the goal and you're doing so great and all of a sudden everybody tackles you? I mean, that's kind of what we've had happen here in the last few months and kind of ending in the last week with this hurricane. We need LSU football. We need these businesses to be able to sustain themselves.
Well, yeah, certainly LSU needs LSU football from that standpoint. I mean, you're talking $80, $90, $100 million loss if they don't play. But yes, what the impact it has on this economy, and I think that just having something good happen is something that I think this community needs.
Something to look forward to. I mean,
Right.
people look forward to the season every year, and so just to have that to look forward to, even if they're going to be watching it at home, and as we hopefully advance and move up in our number of phases, that number that's in the stands hopefully will go in the positive way during the season and not necessarily be what it starts off with.
Right.
You would hope so, right? And we have an election in early November. Hopefully after the election it goes up too.
That's right.
Look, I think that they've got to start, depending on if September 26th, at best, Louisiana's going to be in phase 3, and hopefully, I'm with you, it gets better as we go on. But, I think realistically, the high side might be 50% capacity if you get to that. And who knows what this looks like, right? I mean, you look at LSU's situation, probably 20% of their football revenue comes from ticket sales, and then another percentage from concessions, and liquor became a portion of it. And so, there's a lot of money that's on the table for LSU. They want as many people as possible. Well, they've got to activate. They have a multimedia contract with Outfront Media. And so, they want to be creative in what they can do with that and give them an opportunity to sell advertisements. And, you've seen, for instance, in empty stands, you've seen signs across that in professional soccer, European soccer, baseball, and basketball as well, too. I think LSU, there are a lot of reasons why they want to play.
Yeah, we need to do that. So with Jamar Chase deciding to opt in to the NFL draft,
Okay.
Who are a couple
lot of people
of
said
your
opt out of LSU, but opt in.
Yeah, there's opt-outs and
all right.
opt-ins going on.
There's all buzzwords going on, right?
We're not the football experts, but
Right.
Jamar Chase leaving
Yes.
LSU and going to get ready for who are the other standouts? Who's going to kind of slide in? Who are we watching, screaming for, buying their jersey if we can play? If we
Okay,
can go?
so Jamar Chase. If I was Jamar Chase, I would have opted out.
Yeah.
Opt
Seems
into
smart.
the NFL.
Yeah.
He's a first top 10 pick, and so from a business standpoint, you don't know what the season's going to look like. And if I was going to be a guaranteed top 10 pick and that sort of money, I get that. Tyler Shelvin, we believe, did it for COVID reasons, and I think each family just has to be able to make their decision from that. But I think some top names to look for: Terrence Marshall, number 6, returns. He was a top receiver in Louisiana when he came out. They also have Racy McMath from New Orleans, who had some really good games, and they're so good, young players. Keyshawn Boutte, rather. Also Trey Palmer from Kentwood. A lot of talented people surrounding Miles Brennan, a quarterback. There's a lot of LSU's recruited so well. I think a lot of great players out there. They just need an opportunity to prove it.
Well, Coach O is an excellent recruiter.
Yes.
It's one of his best skills. I mean, who could tell him no? We want you to come play for LSU. We're going to introduce you to Gordy Rush on the sideline. You're going to get to go to Bingle Bells.
Bingle Bells. That's what it is. They sell the bells.
So one of my very favorite players who has gone to the NFL is Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Sure.
Went to school with my son at Catholic High. Love him, and I think he's going to do really well.
Right.
Who do you see in the NFL that's going to be a real standout that has an opportunity to make LSU proud going forward?
Well, certainly.
Since Leonard Fournette was released, I think he'll be picked up again by somebody else.
Well, he should be picked up by the time we get off the air, but and he may be with New England or Tampa Bay. And Kansas City's also been mentioned. But, Clyde Edwards-Helaire with the world champion Kansas City Chiefs, who, by the way, we're going to carry their games on 104.5 ESPN with Clyde and Tyrann Matthews. So we've added some NFL coverage this year, so we're excited about that. Well, I think certainly I can't wait to see Clyde. Justin Jefferson, who had a great year, was with the Minnesota Vikings. He's going to do some great things. And then Joe Burrow.
Oh,
with the Cincinnati Bengals.
We love Joe Burrow.
The Cincinnati Bengals. So I can't wait to see Joe Burrow play. He's had an amazing training camp with Cincinnati.
All we need is another Tiger there to catch. That's all we need to do, and it's perfect. It's just perfect.
They have a Clemson guy, but that's okay.
Oh, well, Clemson.
Fire away, Dr. K. What do you have for me? I wanted a tough question for you. Fire away.
Tough
one.
question
Give it to
for
me.
me.
Yep.
Oh, man. I think you've answered a lot of them, and a lot of them we don't know. Are we expecting? I saw in Tiger Rag today that there might be a few more players that decide to opt out. We were talking the opt-in, opt-out.
Right.
But we don't know that now, right? I mean,
we don't know. And, the surprising thing about these guys is that they went so close to the season.
Yeah, that's odd.
And because it is an unusual year, Georgia's starting quarterback decided to opt out. He transferred from Wake Forest. He opted out today.
Today, and he's already been practicing.
Right. And so, who knows? And again, it's you and I. We're talking about these players here under these athletic departments with a lot of money that are doing the best testing. I don't think there's a safer environment right now in these SEC schools.
And if you listen to the medical news too, it's kind of like they're young, they're healthy individuals, and they're keeping them in a safe space. They're eating healthy, they're monitoring them. Like you said, there's not going to be any safer spot for them to be to not get COVID.
That's right. And so I think the problem, they're also kids, and somebody else is making a decision for them.
That's true.
And who's in their parents' ear, who's in their influencers' ear. And so we don't know. We'll hopefully not. And I think that they've probably had those discussions, but who knows? I mean, there's nothing that's been, about 2020 that's been normal, and I don't expect a normal football run, right?
Absolutely. And I think a lot of folks, I mean, there's so many mixed messages out there in the media that a lot of people really still have that fear from when we started down this COVID road. And hopefully we're going to get some positive news. They've got treatments, they got vaccine in the works. I mean, lots of things happen and fewer cases.
Well, and I think the problem is what you said, and we're all in the media, and you ladies do a nice job with Rocket, right? Yeah, the problem is even what happened in the sports media. Politics has entered.
Yeah.
Obviously, you have medical companies that have a dollar in this, and they're involved, and you have so much out there that it's hard to separate what's true and what's not, and that goes for athletics as well as it does with that. And I'm with you, and I think a fact is that nobody can keep these kids safer than LSU, right? And if I was a parent, I would want my child in that. It's not a perfect bubble like the NBA, but it's as close as it's going to get, because if he came home, I couldn't take care of my kid as well as LSU's do. Yes.
Absolutely.
And they have beautiful facilities and state-of-the-art, and they are, I would say, treated like kings.
Yes.
All LSU athletes, when you get to that level, because all the world's watching us.
They're using disposable towels. They're not washing towels. Let's talk about that. Who's doing that? I'm not doing that.
There's lots of changes and lots of stuff going on with COVID that people are taking extraordinary measures to cause.
They're all getting tested, several? I don't know. They can test them 3 times a week. I mean, you go through all. They're getting care that no one else is getting. And again, I can understand Jamar Chase. That's a business decision. In terms of my kid, I would keep him at LSU.
Well, one of the things that I think makes LSU unique is how committed our fans are. So if LSU's winning and everybody's at home or tailgating, or subdivisions have talked about doing tailgates and things like that, you're not going to be able to keep the fans out of the stadium. If they're playing at home, I think halfway through the season, if they're winning and they're undefeated, I think you're going to have fans showing up at the stadium trying to get in, or just wait until they come out.
Well, you've got to get permission, and that's going to, so we'll have to follow that and see what actually really happens. And I know everybody's going to be looking for the news on who's going to get to go in.
Right.
When do we hear that?
Well, it should be any day. From what I understand, they're supposed to meet with the governor, LSU, on Monday. We're taping tonight on a Wednesday evening. So I'd say 80% of the SEC schools have their policy in place or are dealing with tickets. So I know LSU's probably anxious to get that information out. We're September 3rd. We're 23 days from the home opener.
Yeah, and ticket holders are wondering, what are we going to do with these tickets, and do we still donate to TAP? It's so up in the air. Yeah. Strange times that we get to commemorate with you, Gordy Rush.
Well, it was good to be here. I know we're winding down on the program, but we could do another 2 segments another time.
We could. We will.
We might do a whole LSU football show.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being with us, Gordy Rush. We're thankful for our sponsors. We're thankful for everybody that lets us come into their home, on their radio, on their YouTube channel, to let us share the great things about on their TV,
on all of their personal devices.
Thank you. And we wouldn't even be on the air if it wasn't for you, Gordy, giving us a shot. We really appreciate
Bert Carson
that.
And these guys doing a great job.
That's right. Yeah. And just remember, if you're gonna rock it, make sure you rock it right. Go Tigers!
Heck yeah!
We look forward to seeing you again. Stay tuned.
Since the early 1800s, the Salassi family has played a significant role in the retail industry in Louisiana. Stuart Salassi has achieved the Certified Diamond Graduate designation from the prestigious Gemological Institute of America. What that means to you, whether it's appraisals, design, build, repair, or diamond sales, you have an expert you can count on. At Salassi's, you make all the right choices. Salassi Jewelry and Fine Gifts, in the heart of the Denham Springs Antique District. Find them on Facebook.